I have carefully designed games for the last 35 years. And in my examination, I've seen there's only a few games out there, board games or tabletop games such as domino that's really good. So I spent the last 15 years designing 35 different games. But the game that I'm presenting today is 10 of my favorite card games. Each card game is unique in its own right, and I could probably produce them, but I want to sell these games outright. I have the copyrights, I have the designs, I have the layouts, I have everything it takes. These games are production ready. And I'm going to explain them one at a time in simple form. If you're interested in these games, I will sell you all the rights to these games. Individually, I'll sell the group, but they are $50,000 a piece. I will show you how to produce these games. I have the print layout, and I also have the someone that's willing to put them into apps. But these games are unique, ready for production, and I'm ready to sell them at $50,000 per game, which is a giveaway. As you can see, my first game is called Brainstorm. It's a recall and memory game where players are required to remember the 12 first numbers, and if there's a tournament, they remember the other 3 numbers, which is 15. It's a recall and number memory game. This is a game called Samaki, where you put the cards side by side and the numbers match up. Like you want the numbers to match up, the black color numbers to match up, the 2 middle numbers equal one of the numbers on each side. Samaki is a match-up card game. One of my favorite games is called Word Nerd. As you can see in this one, you put the cards together and words appear. These two come together, you see the word report and people, but for the opponent you see the word severe and losses. This is a game where you remember and you put the words together. The next game is called Hanky Panky. As you can see, the card got hanky on one end and panky on the other end. You have hanky on the side, panky. When the numbers are matched up, you have a Hanky Panky 8 matchup, a Hanky Panky 6 matchup, a Hanky Panky 3 matchup. This is a game where you match up Hanky and Panky. This is a game called Hocus Pocus. The object of the game is to get 6 numbers out of the numbers that's presented. You would have 6 numbers, 17, or on this one you would have 3 numbers. If this card shows up, you have to have 3 of the numbers that you're looking for. On this one you do the same thing, you have to have 3 numbers, on this one 4. Hocus Pocus is a number game where when the opponent puts a card down, you match the same number on your card. Overall, this is one of my favorite games. It's called I Play 8, You Play 3. In this game, you notice the opponent say, I play 4, you play 1. And then the opponent says, I play 1, you play 6. It's a game where you demand your opponent play a certain number or they lose points. This is another game. It's called Perfect Date, Perfect Mate. As you can see, you match up daters that like the same activities. Molly likes horses and Melvin likes singing, and another card, Melvin likes singing and Molly likes horses. So when you have a double mate, double date, then you score points. If 5 points are given for each time you have a perfect mate for a perfect date. This is a game called Easy 3 plus 3. The object of the game is for the opponent to put down cards that matches 9, 8, 7. So you must come up with the big numbers 9, 8, and 7. In other words, this is a game where you also have wild cards. The wild cards will take the place of any missing number. So if you say 7, 4, 1, and if I don't have 7, 4, and 1, I just have a 7, the 2 wild card takes care of the 4 and 1. Easy 3 plus 3. I really like this game. It's called Jackpot, where you either bankroll or you bankrupt. Notice you have a minus amount and a plus amount. 9 minus plus 1, that's 8. And then you add up the totals at the end of a hand and you see if you bankroll or bankrupt. If you have positive money, you bankroll. If you have negative money, you bankrupt. This is a game where you also have chips that equal amount, $20 or $25, and you give them out as you win money. This is a simple game, end to end, where you match up ends to score points. You match up the 8 and the 4, you're trying to get 13 on this one, trying to get 15 on this one. This is a game where you can also get points by scoring from the side. If these two numbers match the number on the end to end is a very simple game. It's a tabletop and it's a card game. This just happened to be the card game version, end to end.